Shalom and welcome to this yoga for core strength. Have a journal nearby and get ready for this spicy yoga flow. Blocks would definitely be needed, and of course you may get a bottle of water. Begin bending forward with knees hip width apart with a straight spine, and then folding over your feet. Place both hands underneath your feet and massage your wrists adequately. When you're ready, come back all the way up. Breathe in deep, stretch your hands to the side, and then fold everything in, breathing out. Let's do that again. Open everything up, breathing in, fold everything in. One last time, breathe deep into the nose, out. Now twist your spine to the left, come back to the middle, and to the right. Open yourself up in the center, breathing in. Raise your hands to the sky and breathing out. Fold back over the feet, setting yourself up in downward facing dog. Bend one foot after the other. Really find length in your heels. Now lift up your legs and turn your heels towards left side, stretching your right side body. Come to the center, turn your heels towards the right side, stretching your left side body. Do that one more time. Super. Move into plank, chaturanga, lowering down onto the ground. Spread fingertips on the ground beside you. Lift up into supported cobra. Breathe out and twist to the right side. Lift up, breathing in. Breathe out, twisting to the left side. Lift up, breathe in. Twist to the right. And once again, twisting to the left, breathing out. Place hands and elbows in front, lifting your chest up into Sphinx pose. Lift the right leg up, reach back, bring it in, and bend into the right knee. Release, bend into the left knee, reach back, and stretch the left quads. Release that leg. Clasp your hand behind you and bring your chest up. Keep both head and neck straight. And release to the ground. Wiggle your arms, wiggle your hips. Clasp your hand the more unusual way and lift yourself up from the ground again. And this time you may even bring your feet off the mat, hovering here. Release your arms if you wish to. Bring them out to the sides, spreading them like wings, and then reach them out in front of your head. For more challenge, bend into one arm after the other. Of course, If this seems too much, simply go back to one of the previous stages to modify. One last time, and clasp your hands back behind you and lie down on the ground, breathing in deeply, in and out. Wiggle your hips, place your hands by your side, and come into cobra, breathing in and spread all the way back into child's pose, breathing out. This is your space. You decide what your limit is. Come into downward facing dog. Look forward, step or hop onto the front of the mat, feet hip width apart, and rise up, breathing in. Super. Spread your hands to the side. Expand your heart, take in as much as you can, and then breathe out, folding over your feet. Halfway lift, fold in, and come into plank pose and downward facing dog. Take this moment to get ready. Place your knees on the ground, setting up to hover the knees above the ground, few inches. Stay here. Deep breaths in and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press back up into downward facing dog. Wiggle the feet. How was that? Hope it was good, because we will be going back to that pose. Again, hover your knees above the mat, few inches. Twist your knees to the right and then to the left. Let's repeat that a few more times, bringing our breath along with us. Stay in the center for 3, 2, 1, 1.5. And then stretch back into downward facing dog. That was amazing, strong core work. You ought to be proud of yourself. Moving into plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Stretch back down into downward facing dog. Raise your right leg up into the sky. Look forward and bring your right leg in between your hands. Straighten your spine and place the left leg on the mat. Raise both hands to the sky. Breathe in. Warrior 2, arms opening up towards the left side. Breathe in and reverse your warrior. Come into a modified side angle pose. Stretch back when you're ready. Again into reverse warrior. Once again, side angle pose. If accessible to you, you may reach your right hand also above your head, really activating that core. Breathing in and out deeply here. Leaning back into reverse warrior. Stretching all the way back. Place your left hand on the back of the mat. Lift your right leg up to hover and lift your left leg above your head. You may stay here or bend your knees and catch it with your right hand. Open your chest. Look up to the sky. Breathing deeply in and out here. Release your right leg and place it back on the stretching your right side body. Bring yourself back to the top of the mat. And come into plank, chaturanga, upward and downward facing dog, breathing out. Getting ready to repeat everything on the other side. Yay! Fun. Bring your left leg to the front top of the mat and release your right leg on the mat. Lift everything up, breathing in. Come into that modified warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Stretch your side. Then come into side angle pose. Stretching the right side. Breathing in and releasing the air from your lungs. Stretch back into reverse warrior. Make your way back into side angle, and when you're ready, lift your left hand to meet your right hand, hovering above your head, slightly tilted. Hold your core. I know this is hard. You are, of course, welcome to modify by placing your left hand on the ground instead. Reverse warrior behind you. Then place your left hand again on the mat and lift up your right leg. Trying to maintain a straight line between your hips and your heels as much as possible. When you are ready, bend into your right leg and grab it with your right arm, giving yourself a nice stretch in your quads and having a slight back bend here. Release everything. Take one last side bend. Breathe in and out here. And slowly come back into that warrior 2 in the front of the mat. Raise your hands up, breathing in, and place your hands back on the mat. Come into chaturanga, upward facing dog. Stretch back, placing your heels on the ground in this downward facing dog. Now it gets spicy. Place both elbows on the mat and then push your body straight in chaturanga and then upward facing dog. Stretch back into downward facing dog. Let's do that a couple of times. Place both elbows simultaneously on the mat. Look forward. Push yourself straight into chaturanga, upward facing, and flow either into downward facing dog or directly into dolphin. Push back, chaturanga, upward facing, back to dolphin or upward facing dog. This is the second to the last time. And one last time. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Breathe. Settle into your breath, settle into your body. How do you feel after that? Forward and bring your feet to the top of your mat. Rise up, breathing in. Expand through your chest. Make a conscious decision today to be vulnerable. And fold over your legs. Lift up halfway. Place both hands on the ground and step back into chaturanga. Upward and downward facing dog. Away, lift your right leg off the mat. Bring it to your right elbow. Lift back up, three-leg dog. Bring it to your left elbow and twist to the left side. Raise your left hand to the sky. Stretch the right leg through, activating the core. Bring your right hand above your head. Stretch your right side body and bring your right leg onto the ground. Place both hands back on the mat. Stretch back into three-legged dog and bring your right leg through. Straight into crescent pose. And then warrior 2. Feel free to point your index and ring finger on your right hand to the sky and the same on the left hand down. Just letting the energy flow through your body. Now reverse your warrior. And then come into extended side angle, stretching that left side body. Again, reverse your warrior. Stretching the right side. And then revolved side angle. Let's take reverse warrior on the last time on this side. Revolved side angle. If you are comfortable, raise your right hand to meet your left hand above your head, just like we did in kneeling position. Come back to reverse warrior, and then with a block preferably, come into Arya Chandrasana, half moon pose. If you feel comfortable, bend your right leg and bring your right hand to catch. Push your feet into your hand while simultaneously pulling your feet into the back of your thigh to create this equal yet opposing pressure. Release your right leg back to the front of your space. Reverse warrior. Coming down to the mat and take a vinyasa, either with the right leg off the mat or both legs on the mat, whichever feels good in your body. Take a breath or two and bring your left leg up to the left elbow. Raise your leg back up and bring it to the right elbow. Twist your body to the right, stretching your left leg out and your right arm above your head. Stay here. Take a couple of breaths and place your left leg on the ground, really stretching into the right side body. Breathe in and out. Place both hands on the ground, lift your left leg back up and place it between your hands at the top of the mat. Come up into crescent. And then turn into warrior two. Again, you may lift the index and the middle finger of the left hand to the sky and reverse your warrior. Come into extended side angle stretch. Spread back into reverse warrior. Shift once again into side angle stretch, breathing out. Reverse warrior, breathing in. And extended side angle. If you feel comfortable, raise your left hand to meet your right hand in the sky. We're here for a short period of time, breathing in deeply and out deeply. Going back to a modified version of this if need be. Now, reverse warrior to the back of the mat and place your block. Lift up the left hand and the left leg off the ground. Breathe here. Keeping everything nice and long. Bend your left leg. Catch it with your left hand. Press. Keep your left leg lifted behind you in this plank modification. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe deeply out through your nose. Place both elbows on the mat. Come into Chaturanga, upward and downward. Go back. Now let's do this just three more times. Really good core and shoulders strengthening move here. Walking your full body and sweating a little bit. Now this is challenging, so skip it totally and come just straight directly to downward facing dog. One last time, stretch forward, out chaturanga, breathe in, upward facing, breathe out, downward facing, come to the top of the mat, setting up for chair pose, making sure feet are hip width apart. Now reach the right hand back and replace it with the left hand reaching back, so that a few more times. Left hand back, breathing out. Right hand back, breathing in. And now twists to the right hand side, possibly using a block, stretching the left hand to the sky. And this really deserves the left leg up and take it to the back of the mat and land in the twisted triangle. unravel move into side lunge, breathing out. You may place your hands on the ground, or if it feels comfortable, take it to your chest. Look forward, place your hands on the ground. 3-leg plank pose, chaturanga, upward facing. Breathe in, downward facing. Breathe out. Step to the front of your mat. And let's try everything on the other side. Chair pose, and when you're ready, bring your left hand behind you. Switch. Right hand behind. Few more times like that. Keep your core stable. This burns in the legs. Now twists to the left side. With or without a block. Stay here. Keep your gaze in a comfortable position. When you are ready, lift your right leg and place it behind you. In this twisted crescent lunge twists. Okay, side lunge to the back of the mat. Don't forget to take your breath with you. One breath, one movement. Flow with your breath. Now, turn to the back of the mat. 3-legged plank, chaturanga, upward. Breathe in, downward. Breathe out. Yay. You survived this flow. Now, come to a seated position at what now seems to be the back of your mat. From here, you will be needing your blocks again for a little more of that spice. Bring both blocks beside you, put your hands on them, and then lift just your arms and upper body off the ground. When you are ready, sit back down if you feel comfortable with that. Let's do that again, but this time also lifting the legs off the ground. 1 second, just one, poof, and you're back down on the ground. How was that? Yeah, okay. Begin to engage your ass by tilting your upper body a little bit back. And when you're comfortable, lift your left leg off the ground into your chest. Drop it down and do the same with the right leg. Now let's do that a few more times. Left leg up. Pull your core in straight. Try not to round your back here. Now as you lift your left leg, twist your hands outside that lifted leg. Bring your leg slowly down. And let's do that with the right leg. Twist your hands outside of it, engaging your core muscles. Last time on both sides. Perfect. Now take your hands behind your head, straighten your spine and twist to the left and to the right, bicycling your legs out. Good. Last time on both sides. Hold everything up. And if you can, straighten your legs. Tap one foot and then the other foot on the ground. Now last time on both legs. Hold everything up. Slow and controlled, bring your legs and your back to the ground. Phew. Really breathe out here. Bring the soles of your feet together and open up your hips. Your hands can go wherever they wish to. Take one last fulfilling breath here. When you're ready, come into a figure 4 pose, stretching your outer thigh on the left leg. In that figure 4 for as long as you need. I just need to get a little human from the floor. Then switch to the other side, stretching out your right outer thigh. Let me know in the comments if you liked this flow. I was certainly out of breath a few times, and my core was definitely very strong and happy after this. Twist your legs to the right side. And let me know in the comments what type of yoga flow you wish to see next from me. Twist your legs to the left side. Unraveling your legs, you can come into Savasana. Yay! Best part of the practice. Please stay here for as long as you need. I will already sit up, but you may continue to lie back down. Take a deep breath in one last time and release everything. And be thankful for yourself. Begin to lift yourself up slowly from a seated position. Bring your left hand across your chest and stretch it out, holding it with the right arm. And when you're ready, take that left hand behind your back, stretching out the triceps. Stretch out that wrist. Then repeat it all on the right side. This season can be especially overwhelming, being with family, loved ones. And remember to breathe in, take it as it comes without expectations, and just living in the moment. Remember to love yourself and take care of yourself before you start to look for ways to love the family members around you. Now roll yourself around your spine, if that makes sense, in one direction, and then go in the opposite direction. Come slowly into stillness. In the middle, place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Take some final deep breaths in. Love yourself. Be grateful. And then make nice memories with your family members. Take a final deep breath in. Raising your hands up. Stretch and come to the center. Bow your head down. Yeah, happy holidays. Merry Christmas.